Yeah, here the tournament ended. There was nothing else that happened from this point out. Unfortunately, the grand final was not played, and we have yet to crown a victor of this event. Who knows? Maybe we're better, maybe Gladiators is better. There was no matches played. That's how I feel about it. For the Berlin major, we have 2 goals. We are trying to qualify to TI. We need to get top 8 to mathematically have secured our slot there. And on top of that, we would love to get that major win and finally be able to break our second place curse. In the recent Dream League final, we were 3-2 against Gladiators, which is our most competitive series yet. So I'm looking forward to get a rematch against them.
We're smoke ganking Shopify. We're supposed to be scrimming them, but coordinators.
What the fuck is this content or what?
It is us.
Dude, aren't we scrimming right now?
We're trying.
We're trying. Yeah.
So we're ganking in real life instead.
So you're making content?
If I was a Redditor right now and I was just watching from the outside, I would probably say this is one of the most stacked Group A's I've ever seen.
So 2 dead for Liquid as the buyback comes through from Mickey, but he's gonna get roared just as he buys back. That is now a dieback.
And now Nisha's dead as well. Mickey cannot get back to the fountain in time. A buyback on 1, but Nisha doesn't have his.
I think first 2 days, based on our own expectations, were quite rough. It's hard to say whether it's the draft or the gameplay, but whatever it was, it just didn't really click.
He gets right on top of Ramses, and he just makes quick work. One-shots the Disruptor.
The end point was that we had to beat EG 2-0 in order to make it to the upper bracket.
Now that the mana's gone, not much HP to try and survive with. It's the daggers are there from Chris. Jump forward. He'll get lifted back into the 4 of them.
Picard's in trouble.
Over. The backup's coming in. In fact, with Picard, he'll die. Mickey, he's still alive.
Oh my God.
They couldn't quite do it. 3 dead, and it's over. GG is called. Liquid take this game too.
No, we're upper. Because it's 4 slots, yeah.
My laundry safe.
Finally day off.
Don't harass them.
Oh, Monster Energy, my love.
We successfully made it to the upper bracket. Our first opponent now is OG, so I feel very good. I feel very comfortable with this matchup, but I have to say MC's been cooking and he's been looking hot. He's laughing a lot while he's playing, so yeah, maybe they got something going.
They're gonna go for this full set of racks, if not more. Zai pops the Crimson. There's the Sunder destroying him. GG's called as OG take it 2-1.
So now we're back to the lower bracket. Getting knocked out right now would especially be a disaster because we have not made it to the arena yet. Every single one of us has family, we have friends, all flying in from like different countries, and their hotels, their tickets, all that's already booked. So if we get knocked out now, it will be the second time we would at a European major, because in Stockholm it was the same thing, and a lot of my family came out, Mickey's family came out, and they were unable to see us. So it would be really, really heartbreaking to disappoint them again.
There's Ghost popping the Unleash. And you can see Nullifier applied to Mickey, but he just goes invisible. And now he's gonna walk it off. Ghost, Dragon Tail's there. There's the heals coming to DY, instantly canceled. Finally the Ravage comes through and that is online. But Paparazzi has to zip back away. Nisha doing so much damage on the back line. 3 dead already for Extreme Gaming, and that's gonna be GG. Liquid take it 2-1. Very entertaining game though.
So what's really cool about European majors and being on Team Liquid is that we have a lot of fans here, and especially in Germany you get these really, really hype crowds. So I'm looking forward to seeing the crowd and being able to play in the arena and live that energy. We have one big advantage over a lot of the other teams. It's called the SAP dashboard. It's a tool that my analyst Jabs, together with SAP, have developed. It allows us to really break down data very, very quickly. Something that would normally take many hours to do, of like you sitting there and going through replays, is now done within seconds. And in the group stage, when we were struggling, it was especially helpful to figure out like what are other teams doing, what is being successful, what is not so successful, and being able to copy those ideas and using them ourselves. I think we absolutely smashed Aster.
Boxy, already the Phoenix Gates here. Liquid more than happy to fight. They get the jump onto Samel. Samel in trouble. He's going to beat down by Mickey. The Sonic Wave for Nisha finishes him off. As Samel's out, XXS goes down. It's going to be a full cleanup here for Liquid. As there's 4 dead Mono, the last one that's surviving here. Outside with a team wipe. But the creeps are moving in. Nisha jumps forward. It's over. GG is called.
So I think after beating Aster, we felt very confident. We were able to 2-0 all of our opponents all the way up until the lower bracket finals. I feel like we maybe are not back to where we felt going into Lima, but we potentially can still win this event.
All the creeps right now. Boundless Strike is there, but Kiyotaka and company able to finish off Mickey just before he steps into the fountain. Kiyotaka still relatively low, kind of baiting everybody in as the Spruilers continue to mount, but they can just focus down to the agent, and that is it for game number 1.
We kind of deviated a bit from how we had been playing throughout the event, and as an end result, I remember after the game we were talking about it and we were like, okay, we don't really want to play this way, we're going to shift it up and play slightly differently. And I feel like in game 2, it never felt like, even though maybe the gold is close, it never felt like they had a chance.
Zai. Let's go, all right.
The offlane Medusa is now hitting your tower. Not scared of anything. Having a little bit of space. There's Miero getting off a nice lasso. No disruption to save him, but they have the stun lock as Ramsey's already at half HP. Gets a nice thunder on the Mickey. This will be a pretty nice kill for him, but he is taking so much damage. Bashed into oblivion. 3 dead for 9 pandas. GG's. Liquid tie it up 1-1.
So game 3 is, at this point, I know like Zion and William are just laughing like all the time during the draft. I think like I've never seen 2 people enjoy drafting as much as they are.
They've agreed on something, I believe.
And to clue you guys in, it was against OG game 3 where I asked for Witch Doctor as the last pick because I couldn't find like a hero, and I was like, all right, let's go Witch Doctor, and it was an absolute disaster. So it became like a meme during this event that like whenever like we wanted to grief, somebody would like ping select Witch Doctor. They're cooking up some idea where this Witch Doctor hero might be relevant.
Oh my
Witch Doctor, oh my god, such fast pigs.
The insane year redemption arc.
What is going on?
Cannot believe really what's going on. You know, we're playing for a potential grand final slot here, and we are just excited for the show that we're going to be able to put on for the viewers.
One more right click should do it. Finding the distance with that last sip. He's gonna die as well. What the hell is going on? Miero right outside his fountain. He Is this Dota? 12 minutes in and you're diving.
I'm getting flashbacks to TI9 when OG is just running Enigma. Enigma has no chance to do anything.
And this is looking way over for Liquid. Ontario is getting chased onto the tower. GGs are called. Liquid go to the grand finals with a position 3 Witch Doctor.
If I'm being perfectly honest, had we 2-0'd 9 pandas, maybe we would have felt slightly more confident. But I think we really felt like we had to be on our A+ game in order to beat Gladiators because they looked flawless. I don't even believe they dropped a game. I think the only time we've beaten them very recently was in the upper bracket final of Dream League, and then they came back and beat us again in the grand finals. So a lot of history, and a lot of history of them coming out on top, no matter how close we've gotten. As far as I'm concerned, they're our only rival. They're the only team I consider to potentially be on our level right now.
He's in, gets the grab onto Mickey. The global silence comes out, but the rolling thunder's there. The aggressive soda from Duracha, bringing Mickey down like Mickey. Turns with the bash on towards Duracha, puts the beacon in the chemical rage. Another bash comes in, the concoction's out. But Mickey, caught by the frostbite, finished off by Quinn. He's out for good. Nisha blinks back, but it's over. GG is called.
After game 1, I remember one of my biggest frustrations was that I felt like we were being a bit too passive. So I know in game 2, I was thinking to myself, like, once we get this going, I'm just gonna force us to make moves. Really feeling the energy, because I felt like in game 2 when we started cooking and we started playing our Dota, they were suddenly on the back foot.
Quinn, use the rolling thunder to try and go for Nisha, but the BKB's out for Nisha. Meanwhile, over in the river, Ace gets taken down by Mickey and Zai. Quinn, he's got to back off now. The BKB's there for Nisha. The link has popped on Quinn in the middle. Celery's ult immediately put to a stop. 2 dead. The Chrono's there for Mickey. Nisha Anisha swings across the back lines with the DD and the sleight of fist cuts through them. Quinn's out for 70, no buyback. Duracio's caught by the Doom. He's out for good as well. This one looking well and truly over, and there it is. GG is called. Liquid will hit back so damn hard in this game too.
Coming into game 3, the vision here was to just run at them and force them to fight us. But they were able to execute their game plan better, and they kind of locked down the map and slowed it down. And at some point, I know they have like heroes spread out everywhere, and we feel like we should be killing people, but we're unable to find the angles to do so. So going into game 4, the game feels pretty shaky. But then at some point in our base, they start overextending, I feel like, and they're really diving into us, and they're giving us some nice fights. And you know, suddenly like our draft is coming online, we're getting all these items. Eventually we get to the Roche fight, and Tofa has a very nice blast off on Techies where he catches all 4 of us.
The jump forward for the blast off, and Tofu, it's huge! As Liquid get destroyed off the back of that jump there from Tofu and Duraccio. Mickey pots the BKB, but Quinn is able to take him down. They'll run downside, they get the team wipe yet again.
Wow, what a techie stun.
And they'll call it GG, it's called.
And I think if it wasn't for this moment, then potentially there might even have been a game 5. He found the clutch moment that they needed in order to seal it out. And yeah, that's another Gladiators win. So we did manage to make it to TI, which ultimately is the bigger overarching goal for the year. We're the first team to make it to TI, even though we didn't win any majors. It's the first time ever. It feels really good. I think it shows like how good of a team we are. In Lima, we got to show that we can play from the top. And here during Berlin, for me at least, it was a very big takeaway is that even if the tournament starts poorly, even if we don't have it all figured out from the start, we have the capacity and the capability to figure it out as we go along. We want to win an event. We want to walk away as the champions of an event. And yeah, I mean, honestly, there's plenty of opportunities. Broad Masters, of course, TI, Bali Major, if you know, we're cooking, then we're cooking.